everyone, this is Arkoff12 here at Arkoff Studios and Arkoff12 Plays, and today we are going to be starting a brand new adventure. This adventure is The Legend of Heroes, Trails from Zero, which is a fan translation of a previously, and as of right now, currently, unreleased Trails of Heroes games called Zero no Kiseki, which follows the exploits of Lloyd Bannings over in Crossbell and his special team that is assembled for him, and it actually goes side by side with Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, which is the reason why I've decided to play this and its sequel, Trails from I keep wanting to say Azure, or Azure. I think it's pronounced Azure. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to rail me if I pronounce it wrong. And I probably will, because my mind works funny sometimes. But yeah, so, Trails from Azure, whatever you want to call it, its sequel, as well as Trails from Zero here, all take place 3 months after The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third, which is the third game in the Trails in the Sky series, which, as I've stated before in my last 1 or 2 Cold Steel videos, I will not be playing Trails in the Sky. They take place, the first game takes place 4 years before these games, and I think the second one takes place a couple years after that, and then the third one ends like 3 months before this starts. I'm playing them on my free time, and I will give you guys the TLDR as I find it necessary, especially once we get to Trails of Cold Steel 3. The reason why I'm playing these 2 games here, though, is because since they actually go side by side with the Cold Steel games, and are mentioned at one point in the Cold Steel games, and by Cold Steel 3 actually flat out intersect, I feel like that it's important for you guys to understand this. When it comes to the liberal storyline in Trails in the Sky, I think it's far enough removed that giving you guys like the partial rundown will help you guys understand what's going on. And fortunately enough, Trails of Cold Steel 3 actually has a what happened previously section, so I can easily read out the TLDR there if I don't post it on the screen to explain it. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be playing this. I've managed to patch it for English, and I've turned off the voice acting, because the voice acting is all in Japanese, and I don't know if you guys want the Japanese voice acting or not. If you guys do, please let me know. Right now, for this video, I'm going to read it out loud. Just like I do with JPDE and Summer Rose Court and all those other games that I've done. So yeah, if you guys want the Japanese voice acting, I can easily pop it back up. But for now, I'm going to read it out loud. I feel like it'll be a little bit more coherent and entertaining. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. I'm also going to be playing it on easy, not because of the fact that I'm a wuss, but because of the fact that I actually want to get through this faster. So, the faster I can get through the Crossbell duology, the better. Because Cold Steel 1 and 2 are already going to take me a minimum, if I decide to only do the most important bits, about 45 hours. And I've already put 9 hours into the game. So, yeah. Anyway, I have never played this game before. I don't know what's in store. I have no idea what, I know from Cold Steel what's supposed to happen. But in terms of, what actually happens face-to-face in this game, I don't know what's going to go down. I don't know any of the dialogue. I've never seen it before. I've never played it before. So I'm going in blind, and because of that, I'm also not going in with New Game Plus loaded up. So, just keep that in mind, because I'm sure there's some New Game Plus stuff that is probably going to be featured, and what I'll do is I will post a reaction video to the New Game Plus stuff, because I'm sure that someone's recorded it and put it on YouTube. I will watch it and put a reaction to what happened there, so that way you guys are actually getting a genuine reaction from me as I play this game. So yeah. Pretty sure the dialogue should be off. I was messing with the sound settings last night, so... Okay, good. Well, Tio?
As expected, the higher elements, time, space, and mirage, are indeed present. Just like in the tower and temple. I feared as much. This will be a difficult operation.
Guess that means we'll be running into more supernatural scum. Man, I'm getting the chills down my spine already.
Understood. Knowing our enemy, they'll try to ambush us. Everyone, keep your eyes peeled.
Right!
I like the little chibi versions. They have this. It's the same style as in Trails in the Sky, but not as detailed. Because this is obviously a newer game. Where am I going? I don't have a mini-map. That might get annoying. Compared to Cold Steel, that could get very annoying. What in the world? That is a long way down. This shaft looks never ending. Where does it lead?
From up here, I'm guessing that's at least a good 500 yard deep. Man, this is gonna be a real pain in the ass to get all the way down there.
Theo, what's wrong?
Are you alright? You look so pale. I'm fine. It's just that this place triggered some unpleasant memories.
Does it remind you of that place?
You mean those bastards' hideout at the Republic's western border?
Yes. Maybe this shaft was built to be the staircase toward Gehenna, where Adios was renounced and the devils were worshipped. And to gain their trust, they sacrificed humans under the veil of ceremonies. Disgusting.
That explains the smell.
In that case, I think our mission is clear. For the sake of everyone who helped us come this far, and for the girl who's waiting for us to come home, it's our duty to shatter these twisted delusions and bring them to light. We'll put an end to all the suffering they've caused.
Lloyd.
Jeez, Lloyd. If it ain't the smell down here that's gonna off me, it's one of your cheesy speeches. But I'm with you on this one. Let's give him hell!
Same here. Our enemy is like a spider hiding in the shadows, pulling the strings of its web. But we've come a long way. We can bring them to justice. Indeed. We cannot be defeated.
All right. Time to get going then. The four of us, members of the Crossbell Police Department Special Support Section, will now commence the infiltration and settle this case once and for all. He reminds me of Reen. Huh? Where am I? Oh, right. Said goodbye to my aunt and uncle, double-checked all my luggage, boarded the train, and... Are you alright, dear?
Huh? You jolted right awake. Nightmare get you?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm just a little sleep deprived, that's all. I had the strangest dream, though.
A dream, eh? Were you perhaps being swarmed by hordes of sexy young ladies?
What? No, I can't say it was that good of a dream.
Enough. Don't tease the poor boy, dear. How about a cold lemonade to perk you up? I have some chilled inside this bottle.
Oh, if you don't mind.
Ah, that hit the spot. Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm feeling better already. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Judging by your appearance, you aren't Erebonian. You must be from Crossbell, right?
Oh, yes, sir. I lived abroad for a while, but I'm moving back to the city again. Speaking of which, are you two locals?
Yep, we just took a trip to the Republic, so we're on our way back now. If you're coming back from living abroad, I'll doubt you'll even recognize Crossbell.
Indeed. The city has changed drastically over the past 2 or 3 years. I thought that might be the case. You see, I passed by the city more than a few times when I was traveling by train. They've really added a lot of high-rises, haven't they?
They have. After all, Crossbell's always been the leading trade city in Zemuria. Crossbell's ever-growing finance sector has made foreign investors more willing to provide funding for projects in development. This trend has only continued to skyrocket after the Non-Aggression Pact was signed 2 years ago. Department stores, office buildings. With the Mira investments pouring in, these places popped up all over the city.
Sure, the new facilities are a huge convenience, but people still struggle to adapt to the city's rapid growth. Everyone's always busy with this or that. It's as if we became slaves to time and Mira. Oh, pardon us. I know it's been a while since you last saw your hometown. We didn't mean to ruin your return.
Oh, please,
No harm done. My friend told me some similar things in his letters, but no matter how much it may have changed, Crossbell's still my home. Of course.
Impressive sentiment coming from someone your age. Compared to the bright young men like you, these newly elected politicians are just... Bah! Whether they side with the Empire or the Republic, they're nothing but a bunch of megalomaniacs. Can't trust anyone except for old Mayor McDowell.
Here, calm down. Sorry about that. He tends to get a little carried away when it comes to politics.
It's fine. Those details are good to know. Sure, you can get the Crossbell Times internationally, but I'd rather hear about current affairs firsthand. Oh, another avid Crossbell Times reader, eh? They might cover every passing fad, but they write some pretty impressive articles every once in a while. I wish they'd dive a bit deeper into the issues with the Crossbell diet, though.
It seems like Crossbell is still facing a bunch of problems.
Ah! You know, for a ported PSP game, this actually looks kind of nice. Although I do know that I've got the evolution cutscenes put in, so maybe some of this stuff is actually from the mod rather than the actual original one. I don't know. Attention all passengers. We will be arriving in Crossbell City shortly. Passengers bound for Laboro and Riviferia by airship, please make your way to the airport upon arrival. Additionally, in accordance with Zemurian Railway Corporation bylaws, this train will remain at Crossbell Station for 30 minutes upon arrival. Passengers bound for Erebonia, please submit the entry application and submit it to the inspection officer. It sounds like we're almost there. I'd rather not see any of those Imperial soldiers' ugly mugs, so let's get off as soon as we can.
Will do. It's been 3 years since then. I made sure to keep in contact with Cecile, but... Guy, Cecile, I'm finally back. Back to Crossbell, our home.
I like the music. Very upbeat and cheery. Since I played Trails of Cold Steel 3, I recognize a lot of the areas here, and it's nice to see, you know, where it started from, since I know where it's going to go. It'll be a bit nostalgic, I think, once we actually get to Cold Steel 3.
Wow. Things really have changed. I can hardly even recognize the shops. Oh? What's that building over there?
That's the Orbital store. Reopened last year, it did. They handle everything from the latest orbital devices to orbital vehicles. They got doodads in the Empire, the Republic, Liberal, heck, even Epstein. You name it, they've got it.
That's pretty impressive. You know, I've also noticed a lot more cars on the street. I would hardly see them 3 years ago. You're sharp, you. But even now, they're only ever used by rich folk. Lucky for us, public transportation has improved dramatically over the years. It only takes 30 minutes to reach the hospital to the south by bus. How convenient. Amazing how much things have changed in just 3 years.
Well, let's say our goodbyes here. You still have to report into your job, right?
Oh, right, I nearly forgot. Let me carry your luggage home at the very least. Oh, no, we won't stand for that. Back in my day, we lived by a code. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable.
She's right. No matter what you do, first impressions last. Remember that, son.
Okay, I give up. You make a good point.
Ah, that reminds me. Seeing as you have just returned, do you have a place to stay? If you don't, I can introduce you to the inn over on East Street. Lovely place.
I appreciate the offer, but I already have accommodations set up. My things should probably have already arrived there by now, too.
Oh? Good for you, then.
Well, the two of us live near the end of East Street. Feel free to drop by in case you need anything. We'd be ecstatic to lend you a hand. I'll keep that in mind. Once I get settled in, I'll make sure to stop by. Thank you. I mean it.
Of course. Take care, lad.
I hope to see you soon, dear.
They seem like a nice couple.
Wait a minute.
So it's still in one piece. I wonder if the Crossbell Times moved into something a little less decrepit by now.
Sure brings back memories. It really sticks out between all these new buildings, though. Well then, better get a move on. Officer Lloyd Bannings, you are assigned to the Crossbell Police Department Special Support Section. Please report in for duty on the assigned date.
Or designated date, whatever.
Special Support Section? I don't remember that name ever popping up during my time at the police academy. I mean, I didn't even get a uniform. What kind of division is this? Oh well, I guess I'll find out soon enough. Good thing the police department hasn't moved since I last was here. Good thing the police department hasn't moved since I last was here. All right, let's do this, Lord Bannings. Crossbell Police Department. I've been here a few times before. hard to believe that this is going to be my workplace from here on out. Well then, enough standing around. I should go introduce myself to the receptionist. Good day, and welcome to the Crossbell Police Department. How can I help you? Well, my name is Lloyd Bannings, and today is my first day on the job. It's nice to meet you. Oh, is that right? That's wonderful. I'm happy to see a new member joining the force. But this is pretty abnormal. There's no information in the system about a new recruit coming for assignment today. Are you sure you weren't supposed to go to the Crossbell Guardian Force? Yes, I'm positive that I've been assigned to the Crossbell Police Department. If you need proof, I can show you my detective qualifications that I earned at the police academy. Wow, you managed to pass the detective exam? That's amazing. It's not every day you see a newcomer this qualified. No, it's not that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure I just got lucky. And besides, I apparently was the only one who took the exam this time. Oh, come on, no need to be so modest. But this is really bizarre. We should have been notified about your assignment already. Pardon me for asking, but do you know what division you were assigned to? Oh, about that. I think it was called something like the Special Support Section? The Special Support Section? Do we even have a division with that name? Wait, it doesn't even exist? Please wait a moment. I think I've heard that name somewhere, but I'm having a hard time remembering.
Oh, you made it.
Ah! Chief Sergey!
Nice to see you, Fran. You can leave him with me. He's one of the recruits for my division.
Oh, I see. So you're in charge of this brand new special support section, right?
Yep. I look forward to working with you. Then again, who knows if this team will last for more than 6 months.
Oh. Sir?
I'm Sergey Liu, Chief of the Special Support Section. So, you're Lloyd, huh?
Yes, sir. My name is Lloyd Bannings, reporting for duty to the Crossbell Police Department Special Support...
Hold the formalities for now.
What?
It's still a little early to be reporting in for your assignment. Just follow me. Your new partners are waiting.
Oh. Okay. Well, best of luck. It sounds like you might have some trouble, but work hard and I'm sure you'll be fine. Thanks. My nerves are starting to kick in.
Mine would be too, Lloyd.
Oh.
Would you look at that? Our big stars finally arrived. Sorry for the wait, everyone. Here's our last member. Don't just stand there. Introduce yourself.
Ah, right. All three of them look too young to be senior officers in the CPD.
Are they also rookies? Then again, that girl looks like she's too young to even be part of the force.
Hey, got cotton in your ears? It ain't hard, kid. Just give your name and where you're from.
Sorry. My name is Lloyd Bannings, and I was born in Crossbell. Until recently, I had been living abroad. But I decided to return home in pursuit of joining the CPD. I look forward to working with all of you.
Oh? So you're the serious type. Yo, I'm Randy. Randy Orlando. My hobbies include flirting with lovely ladies, gambling, and checking out sexy new mags like Hotshot. You know, that kind of stuff. Remind me later and I'll let you take a peek at some of my prize collection with all this said and done, yeah?
Your what? Pleased to meet you. My name is Ellie McDowell. I'm Crossbellin.
Is it Crossbellin or Crossbillion? Because I think in Cold Steel 3 it's Crossbellion. But anyway.
I'm Crossbellin, much like yourself. I look forward to working with you.
Likewise.
Tio Plato, Lemon State. A pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Chief Sergey.
What do you want? I've been wondering, what exactly is the special support section? It's clear as day that everyone here is fairly young, myself included.
Yeah, well, we're in a unique situation here. After all, everyone at this table is a promising newcomer in the police force, just like you. That should calm your nerves, yeah?
I guess so. Is this really okay for a police division?
Well, I, for one, am extremely grateful we don't have any preachy old-timers bossing us around.
What in the world is this? I can't shake this bad feeling I have about all this.
Sergey here. That's so. Appreciate it.
Is that a portable communication device? Hard to believe technology like that has already been developed.
As I explained in the most recent Cold Steel episode, keep in mind that while a lot of the franchise is based around sort of a Renaissance era, Victorian era type mystique, because the Orbital Revolution happened 50 years ago, a lot of the modern conveniences that we are used to in our real world are just suddenly popping up. So it's like cell phones and vacuum cleaners and washing machines and stuff like that. They're not very common in this place yet. And as the old couple already said, like, cars are still relatively new and very expensive. So only the rich and the nobles are capable of affording them, depending on what continent you happen to be, or what country you happen to be talking about. So when you hear stuff like this, just keep in mind that a lot of this stuff is still relatively new to a lot of these characters.
Yeah, roger that. You can leave the rest to us. All right, greenhorns, time to perk up. You wanted to know what kind of responsibility the SSS is going to have, right? I imagine this little mission will give you a good idea. Get ready for a hell of a ride.
Station Street? Does he want him to follow us down the stairs? What exactly is down there?
He did say he'd leave it to us. Don't tell me he's expecting us to fetch stuff or something dumb like that. Behind this door is the Geofront, a vast network of tunnels running underneath Crossbell City. Your mission is to make your way through it.
Huh? Could you at least tell us why we're doing this?
Yeah, what's this have to do with anything? For starters, it serves as a test to evaluate your combat skills and overall aptitude. The Geofront is home to some pretty weak monsters. It's your job to dispose of them and reach the deepest section.
That makes more sense.
Combat test, huh? Fine by me.
Wait a second. Test or not, why are we the ones going down into an area infested with monsters? Isn't that the job for the Guardian Force?
Hey, I'll admit, this isn't your type of typical outing for a detective. but you're members of the special support section, making it a different story altogether.
I'm not sure I follow.
We'll talk details later. First things first.
Is this what I think it is? A new orbment model, perhaps?
Damn, it's pretty slick. I like it.
The Enigma, a 5th generation tactical orbment. Is it finally ready for combat?
If I remember correctly, the Enigma is very similar to the Arcus unit for in Cold Steel. And considering that this is a brand new model and the Arcus unit came out about the same time, I would imagine that they could be considered comparable in many ways. But if I remember correctly, the Arcus has the additional function of actually having a cell phone mounted into it, which these guys don't. Which, in my opinion, makes it a little bit better, because then you can, coordinate tactical calls, blah, 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 blah.
I guess so. The Foundation shipped them out a couple days ago. And they've already been adjusted to fit your individual aptitudes. As for how to use them, Teal, you're up.
If I must. Were you also supplied with quartz for this particular model?
Yeah. It's not much, but here you go. Also, you won't get too far without this. Come back to the headquarters once you've taken care of the monsters. We'll talk more after that. Oh, right. I better hand these over to you, too.
Wait, you're leaving already?
All right. Lloyd, you're the leader of the team for now.
Me? Why?
You're the only certified detective here, so good luck, guys.
Okay, Sergey. Wow.
Sure drew the short end of the stick, huh, Lloyd?
I do find it reassuring to have a proper detective on the team. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Detective Bannings.
You too, Ellie.
Could we maybe drop the formalities, though? We're all about the same age, more or less. You think? I'm 18.
Same here.
What about you two?
I'm 22, but you wouldn't ever catch me caring about formalities. Let's make this thing a success, guys.
Of course!
Good to have you two.
And that leaves you, Tio.
Mind telling us?
14. Will that be a problem?
No, of course not. Wait, 14?!
So you do have a problem with it. She looks the part, doesn't she?
It's hard to believe you're already a police officer at that age.
Wait, no, back up! That doesn't make any sense, no matter how you look at it. You have to be at least 16 before you even join the police force. How can someone who's barely graduated from Sunday school become a police officer?
Because I'm not one. I was transferred here from the Epstein Foundation for testing purposes.
What?
Didn't Epstein make these orbments we just got?
Oh, I think I understand. I've heard that Crossbell City had been cooperating with the Foundation on a large-scale project for several years. Correct, the Orbital Network Project. While somewhat related, the reason for my transfer is this.
And that's...
a mechanical staff? Correct again. It's called an orbital staff. I was transferred to test this weapon's effectiveness in real combat scenarios. Do you understand now, Lloyd?
Back up again, just one moment. You're telling me that you're going to fight with this thing?
For a certified detective, you are exceptionally slow. I believe I've made myself clear. What do you fail to comprehend?
Come on, guys. Bickering like this won't get us anywhere. I don't know exactly how dangerous this geofront thing might be. So, how about we come up with a strategy before we head in?
I'm still not sure how I feel about all of this, but we should focus on our mission.
You're right. Arguing's pointless. I'm sorry, Tio. If I offended you in any way, please accept my apologies.
It's fine. Your reaction is justified given the situation. Now, back on topic. As I said, I will be utilizing my orbital staff to fight. What weapons will you three use?
My weapon of choice? Well, I specialize in these.
Some sort of police baton?
Tonfas, eh? That's an Eastern weapon. Heard they're specially designed for self-defense and suppression rather than offense.
I see. A fitting choice for a police officer, then.
I tried out other weapons, but these felt the most natural. So, what about you two?
Ah, right. Take a look. An orbital gun. It appears slightly dated, though.
Maybe, but you can't deny its charm.
It's something I continue to have customized for competitive purposes. It may be an oldie, but its precision is unparalleled.
You look confident. That's good. Now, let me introduce you to my partner in crime. That's quite the weapon, Randy.
It looks similar to the halberds used by the knights of the Middle Ages. I've seen them in our factories before. It's equipped with a unit that converts orbital energy into shockwaves.
Bingo. This baby's called a stun halberd. Its weight makes it difficult to get the hang of, but it's unmatched in terms of raw power. Impressive.
Well, I still don't quite know how Tio's staff works yet. I think overall, we make a pretty balanced team. I think so too.
That's probably the reason the four of us were put on this team in the first place. The chief may look like a bum, but there's more to him than meets the eye.
I concur. I will save the explanations of my staff specifications for another time. For now, would you like me to explain how our tactical ordnance work?
Yeah, why not? That'd be great.
Very well. Basically, an orbment is a device that uses orbital energy to generate various phenomena. From simple lighting, cooling, and heating systems to engines that power cars and trains. All of them require energy outputs from orbments. The so-called tactical orbment is essentially a small portable orbment that is specifically designed to be used in combat. The ones we received are the newest models, which were developed by the Epstein Foundation. Like its predecessors, it functions by drawing power from crystal circuits called quartz. Quartz are created by processing septium fragments known as sepith. Once made, they can be placed into actual orbments. Didn't Chief Sergei hand you some of the before he left, Tio? Indeed. All we have to do is set them into the slots of our orbments. The element value in combination of the quartz will determine which orbital arts are available for the user.
Arts can be more effective than melee attacks depending on the monster. That's why we should properly configure each of our orbments before tackling the geofront.
That's something to keep in mind while engaging in combat.
Even the Bracer Guild and the Guardian Force use them. No reason why we shouldn't, eh?
One more thing. Tactical orbments are fine-tuned to each individual user, meaning that the circuit layout varies from person to person. For example, some circuits are restricted to quartz with a specific elemental attribute. The sepith lines may differ as well. If we opened our orbments, we could see that they are not identical. As for arts, it will be better to learn about those during actual combat, so I will stop my explanation here. Thanks, Tio. That really clears things up. You're welcome.
I got a quick question. These newer orbments are pretty much just fancy older models, right?
Crude, but yes. If you're familiar with the older generation models, then there should not be much of a difference. The only major difference from the older models is the additional function.
And that would be...
It's unnecessary for this job, so explaining it would be a waste of time and energy. Let us instead focus on the task at hand.
That just makes me even more curious. Okay then, let's make sure our orbments are ready before heading into the geofront. Once all of us have set our course, we'll get our first mission underway.
Understood.
Cool. Achievements. Ooh, points. Ah, okay. The more achievements you get, the more stuff you get for New Game Plus. Got it. I'm sure that there is a New Game Plus, like, bonus feature. If there is, then what I'll do is I will post a reaction video to the bonus, like, cutscene or cutscenes or whatever for New Game Plus once I've completed this game. Because since I'm not playing this game on New Game Plus like I am Cold Steel, there may be stuff that I'm missing story-wise. And I want you guys to get the full experience since New Game Plus is considered, it's always considered the quote-unquote canon ending. So, alright, so I am going to wrap this video up here. However, part 2 of this first episode will be out very soon. So, in the meantime, thank you for joining me. This was Arkham 12, and we will jump into the Geofront in the next video.